Students, now we are going to discuss about 12th standard computer science chapter 5 topic commands in Python. What commands in Python? Commands begin with hash symbol. In Python, commands begin with what symbol? Hash symbol. There are two types of commands used in Python programming language. First one, single line commands, another one is multi-line commands. There are two types of commands used in Python language. First one, single line command, and another one is multi-line commands. Okay. For example of single line command, start with hash symbol. One line only you write the commands. So this is a single line command. Okay. So multi-line command start with hash symbol and end with hash symbol. More than one lines you write the commands. Okay. This is the difference between single line and multi-line commands. Next topic, indentation. What is meant by indentation? If you want to type any one paragraph, you start the paragraph, you leave some spaces. Okay, this spaces is known as indentation. Okay, so indentation, Python uses white space such as spaces and tabs. Python uses white space such as spaces and tabs to define program blocks, whereas is known as indentation. Python uses white spaces such as spaces and tabs is known as indentation. Python language using leave some spaces, leave the indentation, white spaces. If you type the paragraph in a keyboard using spacebar key or tab key, you leave some spaces. Okay, this is the indentation. But in C and C++ Java programming having, if you want to leave some white spaces using curly braces. Okay, curly braces use and leave some spaces. Okay, so this is the indentation. Next, but all statement within the block must be indented with the same amount of spaces. In every curly braces using same amount of indentation. Okay, next topic, tokens. Python break each logical line into a sequence of elementary lexical component known as token. What is token? Each logical line into a sequence of elementary lexical components is known as tokens. There are 5 types of tokens: identifier, keyword, operator, delimiter, and literals. Okay, there are how many types of tokens? 5 types of tokens. First token, identifier. What is meant by identifier? An identifier is a name used to identify a variable, function, class, module, or object. Identifier is a name used to identify what is the use of identifier? It is used to identify a variable, function, class, module, or object. Okay. Next, the following rules followed by in identifier name. Okay, an identifier must start with an alphabet. Examples, A to Z or small capital letter A to Z or small letter A to Z or underscore. Every identifier must start with alphabets or underscore. Okay. Second point, identifier may contain digit, but identifier contains digit values, 0 to 9 values contains. Python identifier are case sensitive. Uppercase and lowercase letters are distinct. Python identifier has case sensitive. Case sensitive means uppercase value and lowercase value. It's differently identified. For example, capital A means one value and small letter a means another value. Not a same. Capital A equal not a small a. Okay. Identifier must not be a Python keyword. Identifier must not be a keyword. Cannot be used in identifier. Keywords cannot be used in identifier. Python does not allow punctuation characters such as percentage, dollar, at, etc. Does not allow this punctuation marks and these characters. Okay, so these are the rules of identifier. Okay, examples of valid identifier and examples of invalid identifiers. Let us see here. First one, sum. It is start with alphabets. This is the valid identifier. Next, another one, start with the alphabet and underscore value used. So this is the valid identifier. Next one, identifier. This one, identifier. Numbers digit can be used in this identifier, but start with alphabets. Okay, so this is the valid identifier. Next examples of invalid identifier. 12 name. This is the invalid identifier. What is the reason? The identifier name start with number, but your rules is start with alphabet. Okay, so it is invalid identifier. Next, name dollar. Dollar symbol cannot be used in identifier. Here, last rule. Python does not allow punctuation character and these symbols. Okay, so this is invalid identifier. Next, total mark. Underscore only used in this identifier, but here dash symbol. So this is invalid identifier. Next, continue. Continue is a keyword. Okay, so this is invalid identifier. Next, another one important topic, keyword. What is mean by keyword? Keyword are special word used by Python interpreter to recognize the structured program. Keyword is a special word used by Python interpreter. These words have specific meaning for interpreter. They cannot be used for other purpose. The keyword is cannot be used for another purpose. It is a special word, cannot be used in another purpose. Okay, some examples of keyword: listen, false, none, true, and, as, assert, break, class, continue. These are the keywords. Okay, study very well.